What's up, Sean?
So, Mike, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We're filming this February 17th at 4:16 p.m.
Yes, sir.
So we're talking about bodies today.
Yep, Trends Talk. We'll be talking about spring/summer 23 body styles. Basically on trend with spring 23 is comfort is key still, but still incorporating office life, kind of that transition. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be still loose, still like easy breezy feeling, but yeah, I picked 3 bodies, 2 knits and 1 woven.
Well, you know, before we jump into that, we should talk a little bit more about this whole comfort is key thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true? You think people are going to still think about that next year? And what's your take on it?
Maybe. I think there will, like, so I've been doing research. They say there'll be, it's like this slow transition. Like, it's not going to be just immediate, like, wovens are in,
Right.
dress up automatically. So I think there's a myriad between fitting that lifestyle into those body styles. So,
look, I mean, if you were to ask me in a vacuum, if I was just like an economist or like a business owner, and like, I personally think like fashion is like, it'll never be the same. Like, that's what I would say like post-pandemic, because like nowadays it's kind of like the whole work from home thing is like, once like the facade of having to look professional or something like that, once that kind of melts away, you realize that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't see how society could go back to the same thing, you know, more of the same shit.
Yeah.
Especially in clothing, especially with the supply chain happening, especially because of scarcity and because like all those clothes will be overpriced.
for sure.
But that being said, I'm not in a vacuum. We have sales and we're looking at it. And we see this huge push of wovens as a category. It could also be because we're out of knits.
Yeah.
But like still, you kind of see this huge growth in these dress up categories. And you know, you got to think, you know, maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe that's what it is. And so that's why I kind of asking, because like, look, like all these researchers who are doing all this research, it's like, they're academics basically. They're like armchair designers and armchair trend forecasters. They're not working and making their own brands. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're kind of looking at it and studying it. It's
sure.
I just think it's interesting because it's like, you know, I mean, who knows? I mean, they could easily be wrong, you know?
Oh, for sure. Again,
like,
it's speculation. It's professionals getting together and having a deeper conversation about it, and I think that's where they're getting all their information. This is what they're saying, but it's not like it's a guideline. Like you have to go this, you have to do these bodies. It's just this is.
I don't know, because comfort
this is the potential of where you can go.
Yeah, I guess it's because we've been hearing comfort is key for like the past 2 years now.
I know we're sick of it. It's a little taboo. It's a little old.
Yeah. Whatever. Either way, let's move on.
I would say it's a transition into again more of the
Right. Okay. Well, either way, cool. All right.
Cool. So the first body we talk about is the striped tank. Trending in knitwear and jersey categories, the tank is an important layering piece and standalone garment for spring 23. Record-breaking temps call for lightweight, sleeveless pieces that can be worn as part of a casual work or day wear outfit. Retro stripes inspired by 70s and 60s with the deeper scoop neckline. So, as you can see,
tank tops are coming
tops.
Back.
Yeah, and it's gonna be more of, I mean, it did say like a standalone or layering piece, but I think it looks good with like wearing a jacket underneath it, and it kind of gives it that retro vibe, that nostalgic vibe. So.
So before we, let's break this up into 2 different talking points. One is stripes and the other one is tanks. So this year, we actually put a pretty sizable, we allocated a sizable percentage of our knits to tank tops, actually.
In our young men's.
Yeah, in our young men's. I think
that's
in terms
what I want
of,
to talk about too, because this is the first year that we've introduced it. And I think that we're on trend for it to go.
Well, I mean, okay, so like to even go back a little bit further, when we first started Westy, WXYZ, the first time we started WXYZ, we actually cut quite a few tank tops. There were a lot of tank top styles that we put into production. And back then we were doing different types of tanks. We were doing this type of tank here. We were doing like the
like a muscle tank?
Yeah, the muscle tanks.
Okay.
We were doing a bunch of different kinds. We never did the bro tank, but like But we did a bunch of different kinds, and then we did it for about like a year, and then
were they like screen tees? Were they just novelty?
Yeah, just like novelty stuff, like the same stuff that we were doing, a lot of blocking and stuff. And it didn't, the buyers didn't respond well to it. But that being said, I mean, we still cut we still cut a little bit of tanks here and there. It never completely left the line.
Yeah.
But then I think it was towards the end of last year, we were getting a lot of tank requests. I think was it you? Was it your guys who did it, or was it Bell's?
Bells did come reach.
Yeah.
I think more Claudia's accounts were
Yeah.
doing
Okay.
it, but Bells
Yeah.
definitely as obviously a Florida Warm Doors.
Right. So I mean, we
Business,
started getting a lot of requests for tanks, and then like now that stripes are starting to trend again as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
stripe tanks, it makes sense. Makes sense. You know, honestly, and like, you know, when you first mentioned to me, I was like, oh, okay. You know, it sounds fresh.
Yeah.
It sounds fresh, and it's like, you know,
I could totally see this dude wearing and then wearing a jacket underneath and just kind of giving it a
right.
cooler, breezier vibe.
I think it's a great layering piece. I mean, you're absolutely right. What examples were you able to find?
So kind of examples I couldn't find. So obviously,
Okay.
you know, this is talking about what's going to be happening next year. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Jack Surf Shop, one of my favorites.
Lot of screen-
lot of
screen
it's,
printing.
right now, it's all screens.
Screen
You know, here's the one stripe that I found on here,
Yeah.
but again, it's more of like an ombre stripe, and it's just
Can you go up a
it's
little bit more? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
But yeah, I mean,
And let's
for the majority, yeah, it's going to be they're all screens,
all screens. All screens. Oh.
except the one stripe, and that's
okay.
so.
All right. Let's keep going. Keep going. All screens. All screens.
Yeah, so that's why I brought this up is that
Yeah.
right now there's really nothing, no
Yeah.
stripes in the market
Yeah.
for tanks. It's all screens and
Couple notable things. Number one, I don't see any tie dye.
tanks. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't see any tie dye.
I think tie dye is die to death maybe. No.
Fuck. Maybe. You know. Can you just check like t-shirts? Let's just see. Just t-shirts. Yeah. Let's go to t-shirts. Let's look here. Tie-dye, nope, there's still tie-dye here. If you scroll up, there's a tie-dye tees, you see that? Yeah. So, okay, so they're still carrying tie-dye for t-shirts. No tie-dye tanks. Okay. All right, well, cool. Okay, yeah, so I mean, tie-dye is slowly starting to fade away. It's getting...
I'm seeing a lot of like more acid wash out, like that type of wash.
So
and-
are we. So are we. So am I. Yeah, I mean, the whole acid wash thing, I mean, that's cool and all, like, but my thing with, like, acid wash is, like, the reason why I wanted to talk stripe tanks, too, the reason why I like it is, when I see stripe tanks, I could see a universe where, at least for 1/4 of the year, where we're gonna actually push some major volume in that. I could see a universe where we're, like, basically, like, 25% for, like, a month, 25% of the knits that we sell are tanks.
You saying men's or young men's?
Young men's.
Okay.
I could see that universe.
Do you think it can go into men's? We would need that request.
Look, let me put it this way. I think we can. I think it can, and I think it will sell. But the problem right now is the buyers won't do it like that. You know,
differentiate.
Yeah,
between-
right.
I get it.
I don't think they would. I think it's a lot. I think it's mostly a young men's play.
I agree.
Like, let me put it this way. Do you see like a 40-something-year-old man wearing a tank top?
No.
Right. Yeah.
Well, unless it's on the weekend or
Yeah,
but
it's like high
not-
school and college kids mostly.
agree.
You know, it's
Yeah.
that's pretty much what the tank market
young
is.
adults.
Right. So I could see that happening, but like, but like going back to my point, it's like striped tanks. I could see that being a big volume driver.
Yeah.
But then if I like in terms of like the acid wash and mineral wash and all that stuff you're talking about, when I see that, I mean, maybe it's because I know firsthand because I've done like acid mineral wash when I was in my 20s. Like, it's cool, it's sexy, and it sells well for the most part. But the problem right now is it's like, it's not even gonna, like, I mean, if we're lucky, maybe it'll be like 5% of our volume. You get what I mean? Like the penetration for it.
It's not a driver.
Yeah, I mean, it's an add-on. Like where people will see it and like we'll get clout from it. Like the buyers will be like, oh shit,
that's really cool.
You're doing that. Okay, yeah, let's tack that on.
But it's a small percentage of our.
They're not gonna come in and be like, all your mineral wash, I'm gonna take it all.
Yeah.
Versus like striped tanks, they're gonna be like, you know what, we'll take it all.
Yeah, it's definitely a supplemental.
Right.
Good.
I mean, like, think rule of thumb is basically this: is like a striped tank. Will you have more than one striped tank in your closet? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I'm not saying you will, but maybe.
Yeah.
But mineral wash, I don't know.
Probably just one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, do you have more than that one? That's a mineral wash. What you're wearing right now.
I do.
You do? Okay, yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong. You see, that's what I'm saying.
That's Splash House when I have that.
Okay. Well, that's different, bro. That's a graphic tee.
That's a graphic tee.
Yeah, that's a graphic tee. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Cool.
All right, let's move on.
Sweet. All right, next body we have is the woven body, and it is the band color shirt. We actually talked about this in our almost like a year from now. We were actually talking about it because I looked it up. Jeff and I were talking about it. We were talking about spring, summer 21, because that's when we were like looking in season. But now we're looking. We switched up our.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, did I tell the story about like how this used to be called the Mandarin collar, and then I love how after like the whole PC movement, now it's just like, oh no, the Mandarin collar is racist.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it the banded collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
Well, I used to call it the grandfather collar. That's
a weird one.
That's what someone told me it was called, grandfather collar, and then it was banded, and then it was the Mandarin, and.
Yeah, no, because like I remember like even back in like I think it was 2012 or 13, the market called it the Mandarin collar.
Yeah.
And straight up it did, and no one thought anything about it. And like even for me as an Asian, I was just like, okay, it makes sense. You go to those like really classy Chinese restaurants or like Asian restaurants, everyone's wearing the band, like, and so it's like, okay, cool. It's like, I thought it was pretty harmless, but apparently the universe decided it was racist. So yeah. Wow. All right, cool. Either way. Cool.
Alrighty, so with men still gravitating towards comfort.
You know what the ultimate irony of this is? Yeah. They have an Asian dude wearing it on the thing.
I know.
All right, cool. All right, sorry.
Quick observation.
Yeah, I interrupted your.
Okay, so again, comfort, the monastic simplicity and ease of loose-fitting band collar creates the perfect balance between the lounge-like relaxation and smarter dressing. So loose, oversized bodies are trending, and then more of a core and neutral color palette. So core again, like your core, your blue screens, and then
I think you'll look really, really good with like a dusty color story, though. I'll tell you that. I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, it looks. I mean, I want to say it looks fresh, but it always looks fresh when I see it, and. I mean, still, I think it's cool. Like,
and also, this one right here is a short sleeve too, and it's like an oversized.
Yeah. Look, I mean, honestly, a reason why, like, I think last year I was like, maybe we'll try one or two pieces, but we ended up not.
Yeah.
This year, the reason why I might do this is because we're reintroducing MB Essentials. For me, it's whenever I see like a novelty body like this. A general rule of thumb for me, for all you designers out there who are listening. Like, we were in a huge print cycle for, I want to say, almost like the past like half decade, where all we sold were nothing but prints.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's whenever I think of like a banded collar like this, it's such a novelty body. I think a big mistake that a lot of people probably made was they tried doing this banded collar on a printed shirt. I think that's a huge mistake because it's I forgot who told me this, but like especially in like the fashion industry, especially if you're doing big volume business like we are, you never want to take things 2 steps too far.
Yeah.
One step is always like the magical selling point, as in like if you're doing like a really loud print or like a fashion trendy printed shirt,
simple body.
You do it on a simple body. Yeah. If you're doing like a more edgy body, keep the fabric simple. It's always like a balancing act.
For sure.
And so I think right now though, since we are starting to add more like non-solid textures, maybe even like a micro stripe, I think that could work out really well for a banded collar. So yeah, I mean, it's something we'll talk about.
Yeah, like a micro, like our Fabric 26, that'll look nice in that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, something like that. Like it's some kind of like non-solid texture.
For sure.
Or even like a wash solid like this is. I think that's viable.
Yeah.
Just on an AOP, even like a ditzy print, I think it'll be a little,
No, I think with banded collars, the clean look silhouette is what's going. I mean, this guy right here has like a little bit of like piecing, but that's.
But it's still a solid body,
for sure.
So yeah. Okay, cool. Can we see the examples?
Yep. So. What the fuck? Not the.
All right, cool.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, you see all solids, a stripe.
There's like one stripe. That's the short sleeve though.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's kind of what I want to point out. I got the one more stripe here.
One more stripe.
Again, it's those neutral colors.
Okay. All right. Cool. You know what? Can you scroll down real quick? Can I see that one?
This one?
No, down. To that one.
This one.
Okay, so it's like okay, yeah, simple stripe. Yeah, looks clean though, man.
Yeah. No, I think the small stripe could work with this. But.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, for like the banded colors, it's not really a print play. I think that's like that was a big thing for me where I was like, I don't know. Do you like it in the short sleeve?
I like it in the short sleeve if it was a little bit more looser fitting. I
Right.
think the tight is a little too much.
Yeah. I think you know what I mean. I think long sleeve roll up is the way to go.
That's how
I think that's the way-
I have a bandit
yeah.
collar, and that's what I do three cuff, and
Yeah, I think that's the way to go for it.
never would I ever button it to the top. Hell no. No, these guys right here, look, they're all the way to the top. It's like, you can't even-
some is you know,
yeah,
some is not.
whatever.
I hear that.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely would gravitate towards a long sleeve than a short sleeve.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next
and then
one?
I was, on ASOS, seeing what they have.
Yeah.
Again, all solid colors.
Should be real tight, huh?
Yeah. And that's awesome. And I mean, this is like they're the only loose fitting, but for the majority of it, I mean, it's super tight.
Interesting.
And here's another stripe. So
Yeah,
I
so-
thought it was interesting that they're looking towards more of a loose and kind of oversized, where everything in the market now that's out is all really tight.
Yeah, like for the bandit collar, I see like natural colorways. Like a natural story, like your olives, your sands,
Yep.
your skies. Like maybe a pink. Maybe
I think there's
something
really nice
like that.
earthy tones. That look
Yeah,
great in it.
yeah, like a mauve. I could see that. I could see stripes, like you said. Vertical, horizontal, something like that. And I see textures.
Some very like tonal stripes where it's not.
Yeah. And then I see mostly textures.
Yeah.
I saw a couple like wines and like really brights. It's just looks a little too Mandarin for me. You know.
Comedy.
Whatever.
All right,
cool.
Last one.
Last one. Let's move on.
Last one is the Smart Rugby. So this is going to be knit. So as offices begin to open up, consumers will seek smart items that retain the comfort of more casual home working wardrobes. This refined rugby shirt offers a casual, youthful driven alternative to button-up shirts and in line with trending preppy styles. So preppy is still a trend that's still going. The big key detail is a slick placket, either be hidden button or zipper. But again, oversized stripes and tonal color pairings and ribbed cuff trims is the same color as the knit. I know you have a little bit of PTSD when it comes to rugbies, but
I hate rugby.
I know. So that's why
Do you own rugbies? Do you own one?
I own one.
You do.
I own one rugby.
Did you buy it yourself or was it a gift?
And I bought it myself.
You bought it yourself?
But yeah, it's definitely like a preppy look type of deal if I'm going to like, I don't know.
Yeah, where would you wear it?
I don't even know, dude. Like a golf event or something. Like
Yeah, no, I mean, where would you wear it, honestly? Like,
honestly, I would wear it to work. I would wear it to work.
But you've never worn it to work, though.
thank you, Jeff. Yeah.
You would.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck with this one right here. This is sick.
That's not even a rugby, bro.
Kind
That's
of.
an anorak.
It is like an anorak, but
That's like a hood. There's an anorak.
there's no
on it.
hood on it.
There isn't?
No.
Well, it's not a collar.
But it has. I know it does have the anorak on it for sure.
All right, cool. All right, what examples do you have? All right, I will first I'll say it's so my dad when he was still running the company, he loved rugbies. He loved rugbies because historically for him, a big way that he hacked the American market was he would take shopping trips to Europe 2 to 3 times a year, every year. And then what he would do is he would look at the European concepts and then he would reimagine it for the modern American man. And that's how he would design the men's line all the time. Bro, like rugbies are a fashion basic.
Staple.
It's a staple in Europe. They
I
sell
feel like
rugbies
the
in
rugbies
Europe
got
year round.
huge when like Harry Potter and all, because it kind
That makes sense.
Because it kind of gave it that
Okay.
collegiate feel.
Okay,
And yeah,
okay.
I remember rugbies were very British.
Yeah. So he would always see rugbies. He would develop this crazy rugby category. He would develop this crazy line, and then what he would do with that
How many
line,
SKUs are we talking about?
bro, it was like, it was horrific. It was horrific. It was horrifying. And here's the deal too: is rugbies are very expensive to make. Polo collars are expensive. Long sleeves are expensive.
Yeah.
Matching the stripe, like this photo you have here with the sleeves, that's all very expensive. It's a very
That's why it costs $298, dog.
yeah, That's not the reason why that one does. But sure, let's just say that. Let's just say that, okay? But what I'm saying is, like with these rugbies, they're very expensive to make. They're very time intensive to make. And you know, it's like multiple fabrications are involved. And then you bring this guy in and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But the problem is like the average American consumer is gonna look at this and like, the hell, like, I mean,
Where am I gonna wear? They're gonna.
where are they gonna wear it?
Where am I gonna wear it?
Where am I gonna wear it? I mean, and even if they are like forward like you know, you seem to have like one of every single thing we talk about in your wardrobe. Like even someone like you is like, you'll buy it just cause.
But it's not a staple piece like it is like it is in Europe. Yeah.
And I've never seen you wear it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you haven't worn it for over a year.
You're right.
Yeah. So it's like
it smells like my closet.
yeah. So it's like I'm like I don't really know what to do with it. You know. All right. But anyways, let's keep going. So you know, in this site, was there only one rugby?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, and let's go on to the next one.
Our favorite. Our favorite brand. Remember this rowing blazers? Just that preppy.
Yeah.
But they crush it with these rugbies.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you
It's pretty gross.
pick a color, pick a team, pick whatever. They got it.
Yeah, you know, here's like that's my thing with like rugbies, man. Like I think
it's like a piece where it's so ugly that you wear it again to like get attention. You're like, holy shit, this guy's wearing that's.
you know what I think of rugbies? Like the way I think of rugbies is basically this is like someone who's putting together like a really preppy collection.
Yeah.
You know, like you're putting together a line and every single piece should be a standalone piece and you're trying to build out an entire wardrobe within a brand. What you'll do is you'll throw in one or two rugbies. You know, those one or two rugbies, maybe what you'll do is you'll cut that and it'll probably at best be like 2% of your total volume.
Yeah.
Like out of a category. You know, like out of the knits, it'll be maybe 2% of the knits volume. You get what I mean? It'll be like one style, maybe two colors, like one cold, one warm color, and it's gonna be a small cut up, and it's just gonna be a throw on as like an item piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately for us, like that's just not the business we're in. You know,
I agree.
And that's
we'll
kind
let
of
the other people
thing.
deal with the rugbies. I just thought it was interesting because like I know we here at BJD we do have PTSD with rugbies, and it's like I just kind of want to talk about it and see
I know.
if there is
No.
the interest of going towards it. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's a very it's a very selective piece.
Dude, you know,
Very selective.
You know, where we got burned really hard in rugbies too was at Westy.
Yeah.
In WXYZ, like I remember, like it's especially too because it's like, dude, you're not wrong. It is trendy.
Yeah.
It is trendy and everything like that. So it's I know that Valerie herself, she designed, and then I know that before I came back in, her and Claudia actually bet big on rugbies at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just
Died a slow death. Yeah.
it wasn't even a slow death. It just completely fell apart from the get-go. And then like it was that was one of those things where we couldn't even break even because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
You know? But you know, I mean it is what it is, you know? I mean it's I don't know. You know, like I think you guys could talk me into doing rugbies again.
Again, we're gonna have to talk to our buyers and see what the appetite is,
But look,
and if
for
that's
me-
something that's we're gonna want to go down.
I will say this. I'd rather do this in the seasonal business.
Yeah.
I would. Honestly, I would.
So would you bring this in for
I would start it in
hol-
Q3.
Yeah, for holiday.
I would bring it in for Q3, and what I would do is I would just bring in one shot of it and see how much of it we could sell through in 6 months. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's probably how I would play this.
Because this has the lifetime of going into Q1 as
Yeah,
well.
right. So I would
Q2 stop.
I would try to do something like that if I did do it.
Yeah.
But look, that being said, man, like it's if you're telling me my business hinges on this, fuck, that'd be a rough one.
Yeah.
It'd be a rough one.
It would
But
have
then, like,
have to make sense if we were gonna do it.
Like, look, yeah, I mean, it's like it's something that like, and the only way you could talk me into doing it is if if we have enough selling against it and we have enough consumer reaction where it is a guarantee that the buyers will come in for refills after they run through their stock. You know,
Fair enough,
but look, I mean, at the same time too, man, it's like for something like this too, I don't even care if the whole market turns rugbies and everyone's doing rugbies. I don't mind if we're the only company who doesn't, because like I said, that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
We're making shit margins on rugbies. I'll tell you that for sure, because it's just too much work.
Yeah.
You know, so okay, cool. Let's do a recap.
Sweet. Alrighty. So quick recap. So first one, striped tank.
Striped tank. That's very good. Banded collar. That's very good. Rugby. You know, you keep showing me this banded and rugby like you're trying to tell me something. You know, I will definitely. I'll bite on the band. I'm buying
The band. I mean, out of all the kind of silhouettes I was looking at, I thought this was the most applicable. I mean, dude, there was one. They're talking about a tunic.
a what?
A tunic.
A tunic?
Yeah. Fuck that. We're not making tunics.
Oh my god.
You can never trust a man in a tunic, anyways.
You want to know something crazy?
We sent Land of the Lost.
Yeah. You know what I was saying?
Can't trust him. He's in a tunic.
You know what I would say is this is lately I've been really obsessed with like Star Wars.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, you know, those Jedi robes, like those
Yeah.
long drapery robes with an oversized hood.
Yeah.
If that ever becomes a thing, dude, I am all in on that trend.
Remember we talked about in one of our last episodes the robe coat.
Yeah, the robe coat.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah, but no, but like you know, like a giant oversized robe with like the draping sleeves and an oversized hood.
Obi-Wan could
Like Obi, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Look, I am all in on that vibe. I hope Kanye does it. You know, like it's totally something that he would do.
Yeah,
but
how
like
about Kanye's fucking mask at the game
Yeah.
at the Super Bowl? Like,
yeah.
I saw the memes were.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah,
Off
but
topic, sorry.
like, dude, that fits. That I think that will fit my wardrobe, like, you know, because I already dress super minimal anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm all like, dude, that would be like my new hoodie. It'll be my new hoodie, and it's like, yeah. All right. Anyways, cool. All right. Sorry. One more thing before we go.
Yep.
Tanks, buy or sell? Do you like it?
I like it.
You buy it?
Yeah, I'd buy it.
Okay, cool. Bandit collar, buy or sell?
Buy.
Buy.
Sell. Not
Sell.
on it. Not on it.
We're on the same page. All right, cool. All right. Anyways, thanks for joining. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you.